Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. How Namibia got independence. During the 1960s, many African nations gained their independence. In fact, 1960 is considered the year of independence in Africa, as 17 different countries became independent of their colonial masters. But Namibia was not among those fortunate countries. It took another 30 years before Namibia could boast of being an independent, sovereign nation. What were the struggles and challenges the country overcame before it got its independence? Let's find out in this video. From 1884 in the late 19th century, Namibia was a German colony, part of what was called German South-West Africa. But after the First World War, the League of Nations mandated the white minority-led South Africa to administer the territory. Following World War II, the League of Nations was formally dissolved, and the United Nations, which replaced it, started a trusteeship system to bring all of the former German colonies in Africa under the control of the United Nations. But South Africa objected and proposed to annex Namibia to its territory. Their proposal was rejected. However, not willing to let go of Namibia, which is rich in many natural resources, South Africa dismissed the stance of the UN and went on to start solidifying its control of the territory, planting the infamous policy of apartheid there. Namibians were prevented from exercising any political right, as well as restricted their social and economic freedoms. The UN then referred to the International Court of Justice (ICJ) to judge on the legality of South Africa's continued rule over Namibia. In a controversial ruling in 1966, the ICJ ruled that it had no legal standing to question the legality of South Africa's rule. This verdict did not go down well with the people of Namibia, and the South-West African People's Organization, SWAPO, launched an armed insurgency against the South African administration. This insurgency exploded to become the South African Border War. SWAPO was established in 1964 and was led by Sam Nujoma. It was a black nationalist movement which held that class struggle for independence, political and social freedom was needed to create historical change in Namibia. In 1966, SWAPO established PLAN, the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, and commenced armed struggle. They engaged in acts of sabotage and terrorism on the government. In 1967, the South African government arrested and tried 37 Namibians who were considered supporters of terrorism, including Andiba Herman Toivo Jatoivo, one of the founders of SWAPO. He was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment on Robben Island off Cape Town coast. In 1975, the armed struggle received a boost when Angola became independent. This meant better supply lines of weapons to SWAPO. With this new opportunity, SWAPO began a more serious guerrilla warfare. In 1978, they had about 18,000 combatants and launched 800 raids. Of course, the South African government did not fold its arms. It responded by attacking the rebel bases which were across the border. It also carried out a retaliatory strike into Zambia for lending support to the Namibian rebels. South Africa also attacked Angola, dealing heavy blows to their forces in 1981. Almost 10,000 guerrillas were killed. With these heavy losses, SWAPO had to resort to guerrilla tactics. In 1987, with South Africa still fighting Angola for its support to the Namibian rebels, Cuba somehow got involved in a bid to assist Angola, which was a fellow communist nation. This really turned the tides of the war for SWAPO, as South Africa was unwilling to provoke Cuba by crossing the border to attack rebel bases. With these, SWAPO was able to attack South African bases in Namibia without getting full confrontation of South Africans' military might. Meanwhile, South Africa was becoming increasingly isolated internationally, and the cost of continued military intervention was increasing. The South African government reasoned that if they got out then, they could set some terms for Namibia's independence and protect South African business interests. This led to a ceasefire agreement on August 8, 1988. The agreement was announced in Geneva, Switzerland. The United Nations sent a peacekeeping force to ensure the agreement was kept and also to help conduct and manage fair elections. The next year, in 1989, elections were held and SWAPO won with 57% of the votes, getting 41 seats in the National Assembly. Sam Nujoma, the leader of SWAPO, was elected the president of the country. Finally, the historic moment came on the 21st of March 1990 when Namibia became independent. They had fought hard and long for 30 years, 24 of those with armed struggle, and it was worth it at the end of the day. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.